Okay, I know we all have our different favorite characters and stuff when it comes to shows, and Riverdale's no exception. But can we all just take a second to agree that Jughead Jones, Forsyth Pendleton III, does not deserve any of this shit? Oh man. To quote Andre Meadows from Black Nerd Comedy, what the hell, Riverdale? What the hell? Man, okay, this is episode 11 of Riverdale. Two more episodes left to the season finale. I can't believe it's almost over, you guys. Um, so before we get started with this review, as usual, this is your spoiler warning. I'm going to go into full spoilery detail. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, hop off this video, hit the like button on the way out, and save this on your watch later playlist. Come back after you've seen the episode and tell me your thoughts and feels in the comments down below. Alright, so that's your spoiler warning. Now let's continue. So, this episode. So, Betty and Jughead kind of set up, oh, I don't know if it was Jughead himself, but Mrs. Cooper, apparently, Alice set up this whole thing where she invited FP and Jughead over to the house for dinner, and Jughead's all like, "Yeah, finally, it's a chance for our families to get to know each other. I'm kind of excited." But Betty sees through the BS. She's like, "They're gonna try to question FP about the murder," and she goes, "Nah, I'm just gonna ask some seemingly innocuous questions. Fuck you, Alice. Fuck you, and your passive aggressive bullshit." So Betty's not having this, but then Veronica comes out and is like, "Hey, so I need to know the truth about my dad. I don't trust what's happening with him, and I need to know just exactly what I'm dealing with if he does come home, which odds are he is going to come home because he has been cast for season 2. The actor who played Oscar on the Fox show Pitch is playing Hiram Lodge. So we know we're going to see him in season 2. Whether he gets out or not, we'll have to see. But most likely he's coming home soon. And I'm betting on the finale. So Veronica's like, "I want to investigate." And I think that's when Alice comes up with this dinner idea so that FP will be away from the trailer so that Archie and Veronica can go and investigate. Also, Betty's kind of juggling setting up the homecoming dance and things like that. And Archie's like, "Hey, so my mom heard about singing and stuff." Which is another thing. This is our first full look at Molly Ringwald playing Mary Andrews, and I like her. She's very supportive of Archie's more artistic ventures. Fred. It took Fred a little while to warm up to it at first, but yeah, she seems like almost right off the bat very supportive. She's like, "Hey, you should play me some songs sometime," and then he tells his mom that he might be able to perform at the homecoming or whatever. So he asked Betty, and then he's like, "All right, we'll do it." And then Betty's like, "I don't know, Archie. Like, you're amazing, but newsflash, you're a bit too emo." Like Jughead literally says, she's like, "As amazing as your music is, it kind of." And then Jughead says, "Make you want to slit your wrist, but in a good way, in the best way." So, in other words, Archie, unfortunately, the theme of this dance is blast from the past, not 13 Reasons Why. Oh, that came out wrong. I'm gonna leave it in there, but I'm gonna leave it in there. So, yeah. Then Veronica's like, "Oh, well, don't worry about it, Betty. Archie and I are gonna perform together, and we're gonna do more upbeat covers." And she's like, "Okay, fine, cool." And then, but Betty's a little suspicious there, and then we see, while they're doing the dinner thing, nothing but tea is being served, and that tea is being sipped, shade is being thrown, and of course, um, Alice tries to come at FP about being a Southside serpent, saying stuff like, how does your job with Fred affect your other responsibilities? Like the Southside community, blah 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 blah. Alice playing like she wasn't the serpent, which we found out last episode. So Interesting. And then FP fires right back. And he talks about this one time at their homecoming, he saw Alice and Hal arguing about something, I don't know what, but, and he was heavily implying that it was the abortion that, um, Alice hinted at in the last episode when she was talking to Polly before. And that's how, and you knew it because Alice was like, "Shut up, FP," and he was like, "All right, I'll shut up if you do." And so that ends the conversation. They're like, Betty's sensing the tension in here, and she's like, "Well, we better get to the dance." So they leave, and everybody else gets going. Archie and Veronica get the text from Betty's mom saying that, Betty and Jughead are going. That means FP's going, so he'll be there in a few minutes. They got to go. They didn't really find anything, but then, and Veronica's really frustrated. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I still don't know about my dad. I can't really trust FP. I don't know what's going on." But then Archie's like, "Look, Jughead says that FP's really turning his act around. Maybe not finding anything in here is really a win." And Archie being all positive, giving Veronica that hope, being that light in her dark times, sparked a little bit of that Archie Veronica relationship. We get a little kissy kiss there, and I was like, yeah, there you go. That's the ship I want. And then we move on to the dance, and Betty's face. Shout out to Lily Reinhart. Like, her facial expression acting was on point. Her face was priceless this entire episode. So she sees Archie and Veronica kind of report back to Alice, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on? Why are they talking to my mom?" Um, so then we go, and she goes, obviously she's like aghast, but then when they start performing Kids in America, we're the kids in America, whoa, they, like, Betty's face, she is staring daggers at Veronica. Part I'm thinking is because she's jealous, but also she's trying to piece together the Veronica, Archie, and her mom thing. But then I'm telling you, a lot of that has to be jealousy, because dang, because Veronica was like all up on Archie and pushing him away, being all flirty and grinding up against him a little bit, and she was just like you see the thumbnail, she was staring daggers into that man. Oh man, if she had heat vision, he would have been burnt to a crisp. So anyway, that happens. Cheryl, the Blossom subplot, we see the whole wigs thing, and apparently Clifford wears wigs because his hair is graying, and a Blossom is nothing without their signature red hair, so that's why he wears the red wigs. I thought there was something deeper to that. There still might be. And then Cheryl finds the Blossom family ring, and Polly starts to freak out about it. This is where Polly starts acting dumb because, Mrs. Blossom keeps giving her this shake, and she's just like, "Here, dear, have some of this." And I'm like, "You idiot. Why are you going to drink something when you know the Blossoms are up to no good? Why are you going to drink something they just hand to you?" And it turns out it's a sedative, and so Polly's knocked out. So they're like, "All right, you did the right thing. You're a real Blossom." Jason was going to denounce the family. He was going to run away. He rejected us for Polly, but you're a Blossom through and through. We can always count on you. Which they're lying through their teeth, because we saw in that previous episode, nobody in that family really trusts or likes Cheryl, because they think Cheryl's way too unstable, which is a factor in here. So she talks about how, like, where's the ring, because it's still not in the jewelry box and it wasn't on Polly, so where is it? And she talks about, "Oh, I flushed it down the toilet just to make sure, in case it was Polly tried to talk about it and use it as evidence that there was no proof there." And they're like, "Good girl, you made the right call." And then later on we see Cheryl like leaving the dance during the performance. We don't know where she went. I'll come back to that. And then also during the dance we see FP's trailer being raided, and they end up like later on after that. After that, we see Cheryl still has the ring, so she's obviously been lying to her parents. So towards the end of the episode, FP's trailer is being raided, and they find a gun, but just not just any gun, the gun that was used to kill Jason. However, Archie knows that Archie and Veronica know. They searched through that closet, nothing was in there. So FP is being framed by who? I'll get to who I think at the end. But then, you know, before the whole FP drama goes off, Betty confronts Veronica and Archie like, "Why are you working with my mom? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you investigating Jughead? You know, why are you investigating Jughead's dad?" And then, you know, Veronica tries to explain. And she's like, "How could you go behind my back?" And Betty's obviously mad. But then when Jughead finds out, oh my God, he finds out his best friend betrayed him. Things were finally going good with his dad, and Archie just decides to wreck it. And then they find out that, you know, FP supposedly had the gun that killed Jason. So Jughead storms out, nobody can find him, and that's when Archie and Veronica explain that, you know, the gun wasn't in there when we searched through that closet. So somebody had to put it there. He's been framed. Who do I think did it? I think it could have been either Cheryl or Clifford. Because it might be Clifford because of the fact that, you know, how it's not Mrs. Blossom, because Mrs. Blossom was shook as soon as she heard that it was, you know, FP had the gun. But if you look at Mr. Blossom, Clifford, he was pretty stoic. He was like, "You have my word." He just seemed like he was consoling and comforting her, but like you didn't see him crying or even getting angry. He was just kind of, "It's okay, I've got it." Like, no, that's off. So I think Clifford put that gun there, and Cheryl, I think, will help Polly now because she knows that her parents are lying. She has this feeling that her parents are lying, because why else would you lie about the ring? So I think Clifford is framing FP to take the fall here. But yeah, this was a great episode. Really building up the mystery. It's really coming up to a head now. But let me know what you guys think. Sorry this video was a little bit long, but there was a lot more to talk about. Let me know, who do you guys think framed FP? Tell me your theories in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like this video to let us know you enjoyed it. Subscribe to Comic Frontline if you haven't already. Like, I'll leave the end card there, and you'll see the channel icon. You can click that to subscribe to Comic Frontline, and hit that bell button to be part of the notification squad, so you'll know anytime we upload new content, which is pretty much daily. And then, if you like what I do here on Comic Frontline, you'll definitely like what I do over on my main channel, Mr. J's Comic Reviews. And in the end card, I will also leave a icon to click subscribe to my channel. So definitely, if you like my work over here, you'll like what I do over there. So anyway, guys, this has been Jay from Mr. J's Comic Reviews for Comic Frontline, covering Riverdale. I'll see you guys for the penultimate episode next week. I am so excited. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace.